name is Chris from Burgersdorp in the Eastern Cape. I fly under the banner of Stormberg Hawker in the NOK, the Noord Kaap Postduiwe. Last year I got selected as the chairman of the NOK, Noord Kaap Postduiwe. Just a bit of history around the NOK. We started back in 1981. The union started off with 3 clubs. I think it was Graafrenet, Noupoort and Middelburg. And it's since grown into I think not in volume of pigeons, but in our area. I think we something like 81,000 square kilometers big, our union. From our furthest point, the guys down in Elliot, Conrad and them, to Elna and them in the R, it's 550 kilometers wide. It is a massive union. There's a lot of changes in weather that can influence races. Why I love this union so much, it's a union that's built on passion for pigeons. It's not to say everybody these days are saying that pigeons are only for rich people and that. I disagree with that. If you come with me in the NOK, I'll go and show you where people fly from, and their pigeons fly very well. They don't fly out of mansions. It's normal, small little lofts. So that's why I love the NOK. I had the privilege of going with a GPS and measuring all our lofts in the NOK, well, most of them. And I mean, it was something to see the guys on a Saturday afternoon, end of month, and we all know what happens end of month, and the guys were at their lofts looking after their birds. So on that side of there's a lot of scope, I still think, in South Africa to get the pigeon sport out to the people and to, break that myth of it's just for, if you don't have money, you can't fly pigeons. Our union, how it works is if you don't have pigeons, people give you pigeons. I think we're going to have one of our members explain that later. But so in short, it's a big union. I mean, people drive 2.5 hours to go and basket their birds. I mean, some guys basket every Thursday, 2 o'clock at night, drive 300 kilometers to basket their birds. I mean, if that's not enough passion for you, then I don't know what will be. It's not driven by money, it's just driven by the pure passion for pigeons. We have different categories, so you can fly 5 pigeons on a side and you can fly 30 pigeons. So it makes for a very interesting race. We start off, so we've got different sections of racing. So we've got a north route and we've got a south route. The north route we start at Kimberley and we end in Ellisras. And the south we start in Aberdeen and we end in Bellville. So it's different racing conditions. You either fly with the wind, and when you turn south, you fly against the wind. So you got to have the pigeon that can do both sides, and that's what makes our pigeons interesting. Another thing about the NOK's pigeons is that makes them unique is that our pigeons must have the ability to break early. Just for an example, if we fly Kimberley, our shortest club only fly 190 kilometers, and the guys down in Elliot, they fly 350 kilometers. But the angle of flying the R to Elliot, the birds need to break within the first 10 kilometers in their direction. If they don't break out of the pack, they're going to fly to a wrong loft. That's why I'm so proud of our NOK birds, and anyone that ever sees an NOK bird on an auction must know that these birds are superior when it comes to intelligence. It's not always the fastest bird that wins, it's the bird that's got brains. That's what makes it interesting for us at the NOK, and as I said, I'm the chairman, and I've got a lovely committee with me, and it's Oaks that do this for free. I mean, we don't get paid doing it. So it's absolute passion. So that's what I love about the NOK. It's just a passionate union, and the people you work for. Pigeon sport can get quite a lot of politics, and look, we do have politics, but it just feels like we one big team. You know, we've got 8 clubs. It's Elliot, it's Barkley, it's Olival North, it's Burgersdorp, it's Colesberg, it's Noupoort, it's Philipstown, it's Philippolis, it's the R. Next year we'll be joined by Carnarvon and Bridgetown as well. So you can just see it's a massive union, and lovely union to fly in and to be part of.
Hi, my name is Dries Pinaar. I am from Maltino in the Eastern Cape. I fly pigeons out of the Maltino Hawker, and I'm part of the Burgersdorp Pigeon Association, and this is my first year flying. Pigeons has always fascinated me. We've always been talking about pigeons and seeing pigeons. I've got a partner that works with me, Duiwe Fancier, and he's always he's worked with pigeons before. And then I met Chris Blighnout from Stormberg Hawker, and I got completely fascinated about the ability of a pigeon. So in a short space of time, Chris convinced me to fly, and Duiwe Fancier also said it's the way to go. And since I've started flying, I see there's no way, a better way spending a Saturday. Through my club, everybody gave me late breeds to fly with, and since then I've started training with Stormberg Hawker and Billy Lawrence Hawker, and these are the guys that have been flying in the front of our union for the past couple of years. So I started off with 60 birds from all over the NOK, and when the season started I had 14 left. And I'm still racing with those 14. We're 5 races in, going for the 6th race or the 7th race this weekend. And yes, thus far the birds are really doing well. And that is testament to training with Stormberg Hawker and Billy Lawrence Hawker. It's been an amazing journey, from never even ever touched the pigeon to actually racing pigeons in the space of 3 months. So since then, obviously, I had to do a little bit of upgrades, not expensive stuff. I had to learn on the go, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far. Birds are flying well. I'm currently 12th in the union, and we'll see how it ends. If the birds last, we will last. The competition is really tough. As I said, we've got a lot of union race winners in our club. I haven't had the opportunity to win a club race yet, but I'm there and thereabout, and yeah, it just gets me excited for next season. This is just the start. I've been second in our club for the first 3 races of the season, and I think that's testament to learning and having the same philosophy of every pigeon, every race, and every pigeon every weekend. So there are a lot of people out there that thinks that they can't have a hobby. And what I've learned from the pigeon sport is actually a family setup. My 2 sons are involved. They're 2 and they're 5, and they love their pigeons. And the NEC actually started a junior section now for all our youngsters. All our youngsters are still in primary school, so every week they can select their 5 birds in the loft, and we put them on a piece of paper, and they fly against each other, and that's how we will make sure that the longevity of our club will remain, and that we'll fly for years to come, is to get the youngsters involved.
All right, guys. So I'm with Billy here. Billy Lawrence has been dominating our club in Burgersdorp for, like he said, it's from 1960 odd, 77. So this is a cock that he's got. It's a German cock. It's a nice medium cock. You can check. It's got a lovely wing on it. So this cock has bred many winners for Billy. You know, his sons are all here, and they all flew well. Yeah, I think the Germans are built for harder races, and we can see that in our union and in our club. When Billy, he dominates when we're turning south. So as soon as we turn south, when we fly from Aberdeen, We go down to Toastrivier, Ceres, we go down to, and we end off at Belleville. Those are mainly headwinds, and that's when, that's when this cock's children, that's when they dominate. It's a lovely cock, nice medium size. Our birds in the NWK can't be too big. Yes, it's got lovely vents. It's an old boy now. He's a 2009 cock. All right, what I have here is a son out of the previous cock that I showed you. It's a 2013 cock, 0342 NWK Stormberg. So this cock and his sister, they won how many races on Billy?
6
Toastriviers. So him and his sister won 6 races for us for him in the NWK. Again, it's a lovely size. It's a medium, nice muscling cock. So this bird, so I brought a hen from Joe, and I mated her up with this cock. And I've actually got a hen racing her second year now in the union for us, 404. NWK 404, and she's doing very well for me. So yeah, these are the type of birds that Billy have. It's muscling all over. You can check the wing. The birds are in good condition, feathers good quality. It's not a too big bird. We sometimes feel that in the union, if we have too big birds, because it's so, the races are so hard. But yeah, these are all proven. We prefer to use birds that have flown and that have performed, and we just, we don't just breed on pedigrees. We want a bird to actually perform, and this is a great example of a bird that has performed and has performed well in the NWK. Regarding the achievements of the NWK of our union, I think we've got, our birds do very well at one Lofts. We got a couple of fanciers in Dias and in Kruidhoek, the national Lofts. Marnits, Fourie Hokke, Bontebok, Arno Viljoen, Billy Lawrence and the guys, Johan van Ryswyk, and they did well last year in the Kruidhoek Lofts. So again, from our side, Stormberg Hokke won a silver medal at Sampo last year for a long distance bird. It was a bird called 1845. So flying out of the NWK, that's a big achievement for us as an NWK to get a silver medal bird out of our union. A Sampo long distance silver medal bird. We're very proud of it as a union. So yeah, like I said, our birds perform very well in one Lofts. If they've gone through the testing system, I'm taking myself, Gomez and my dad and that, Joe, our birds do well at one Lofts. We're always in the mix. We're always there and thereabout. We don't normally lose birds. So no, NWK birds can fly anywhere. That's, that's because of our rigorous, terrain and how big the union is. The birds have got to have brains and they'll fit in very well with a one Loft system. Billy can show you a trick. Staan net hierso, Billy, hierso in die son.